Hello and welcome to Homemaking with Joy. I'm Rachel and today we are making my favorite baked oatmeal. There are so many things that I like about this baked oatmeal recipe. You can make it ahead of time, which I often do. I'll make it once a week and keep it in the fridge, and we'll just heat it up in the microwave, pour some milk over it, and have a hot breakfast. You can also make it ahead and keep it in your freezer. I like to make it, cut it into squares, and then put it in Ziploc bags in the freezer. It's really easy to pull out one portion. Again, microwave it or heat it however you'd like, add some milk, and you have a hot breakfast. This is also a wonderful gift. Any postpartum moms that I know, I will make this for them, do the whole freezer thing, and then they have that for their family for breakfasts. Most postpartum moms get dinner, but they still have to feed their family breakfast and lunch as well. This is also a favorite in our family because my toddlers love it. And if they'll eat it, I'm also a really big fan. So without further ado, let me get all my ingredients ready and then we can make this baked oatmeal. I have all my ingredients and my workstation prepped. This recipe does yield an 8x8, but you are more than welcome to double it. I've done that many times, but for demonstration's sake today, I thought I'd just do the 8x8. If you do the 9x13, it just needs to bake a little bit longer, but otherwise just double all of the ingredients. I have butter, milk, baking powder, salt, brown sugar, eggs, and oats. You'll see I use old-fashioned rolled oats, whatever you call them. You can use that or quick oats or a combination. I often do half and half just to make the texture a little more interesting, but I don't have any quick oats today. You can also add in whatever you'd like. This is a great basic baked oatmeal recipe. I've added raisins and other dried fruits. You can put whatever on top. It's really up to you. So this is a great baseline. You can experiment with it as you'd like and make it just the way your family likes it. So first things first, we need to melt the butter. You can use salted or unsalted. I don't really find a difference. 1 stick of butter. Some people like to mix it right in their 8x8. You're more than welcome to do that. I prefer a bowl because it's easier to mix around evenly. So glass bowl, this will go right in the microwave and I'll come back with melted butter. My butter is melted and now I'm going to add 1 cup of brown sugar and 2 eggs. You can also adapt how much sugar is in this recipe to your family, but I mean, oatmeal needs quite a bit of sugar to even taste good at all, so I think the 1 cup is reasonable. But go ahead and play around with that. And 2 eggs. And mix that together. One of the other things I like about this recipe is you make it by hand, so you dirty very, very few dishes. Let's go to the next step. From here, we add the rest of the ingredients, mix well, and then bake it. Pretty simple. Next thing is 4 cups of oatmeal. 2, 3, 4. Then we have 2 teaspoons of baking powder. 1 teaspoon of salt. 1 cup of milk. And that's it. Mix it up. Okay, looks good to me. You don't have to grease the 8x8 or anything, just dump it in. Flatten it out in the pan so it bakes evenly. Don't waste any oats or yummy brown sugar butter goodness. And that's it. Put this into a 350-degree oven for about 30 minutes until it's golden brown. Another way I like to make this oatmeal is if my oven is ever at 350 degrees, I will just whip this up quickly and toss it in the oven with that other thing. I have the oven on anyway. It doesn't take very long to put this recipe together. And then I have breakfast for in the fridge or in the freezer for a later date. It's just one of the ways I can multitask in my kitchen and make my future self happier that my past self worked a little bit harder and prepared a little bit more. So just an idea as you move forward and learn how to make more food from scratch, but make it easier, not make so many dishes, things like that. All the things I used here can just go right in my dishwasher, and then I can move on with the rest of my day while that bakes. So, I don't know if you can hear, one of my kids now does quiet time instead of nap time, and so he just makes gigantic piles of toys in his room. So I'm hearing just everything crash, like piles of Legos and magnet tiles and trucks just crashing in his room. But that's how I get this stuff done, so you're welcome. In the past minute, I was able to put all of my ingredients away, and I just have my dishes right here for the dishwasher. That's it. It's pretty handy dandy. I can work with that. And now I'm going to make myself a cup of coffee because I have 5 more minutes of quiet time until my little guy is ready to tear up the living room too. See you when the baked oatmeal's done. If you're more of a morning person, you're also welcome to combine all these ingredients, put it in the 8x8 and then pop it in the fridge overnight. You can bake it fresh in the morning. Or if you're like actually a morning person, you can make the whole thing in the morning. I am not a morning person, so any breakfast I can prep ahead of time is a big win for me. I just pulled the oatmeal out of the oven. Notice how the edges are a little bit darker golden brown. I know it's done because when I shake it a little bit, it's hard to do one-handed, but I'll shake it a little bit with both hands, and the middle of it does not jiggle. This part is solid, so I know it's done the whole way through. If you were having this for a meal, you could eat it right now. I'm going to let it cool, and then I can put it in the fridge, or I can cut it into squares and store it that way. Enjoy it with some milk over top, or any other toppings you like. It is absolutely delicious.